Brother Trump, Brother Trump, you see that whole thing Brother Trump doing where he play like he want to tag everybody as criminals and want to deport people. In the long run, Brother Trump, that is going to affect your country more than it's going to affect the countries where these people are from. When you look at it, you see all them southern places, even Alabama, Tennessee, all these places in the southeast, they produce a lot of chicken, they produce a lot of crops in those places. California, in fact, the whole of the US, they produce a lot of agricultural produce, agricultural stuff. What happens? For the most part, who plants those things? Who harvests those things? Yes, you have those big planters. Sometimes you have big machines planting those things. But the problem is during the harvesting season. And you can check. There's a documentary that was produced. I forgot the guy's name, but it was something that was done. They were showing you a situation in Alabama where there's a guy who he produces a lot of tomatoes, and his workers come from Mexico. The governor of Alabama passed some kind of legislation where they do not want illegal workers to work in Alabama. That was before that deportation thing going on there. So the other situation where they send the Mexican people away, and the man crop is there to be harvested. The man is losing money. They brought in some black guys. They brought in black people. After a few days, they left. They brought in white people. They couldn't handle the pressure. They left. So the man was in a situation where all his crop was there and he could not harvest. All in California, all the orange they produce in all those places, the grapes and all of those things. Who harvests those things? So the way I look at this thing, this thing is just like that whole deportation thing is a ploy. This man is just going to start this thing. Brother Trump, you're going to start deporting people, and you're going to reach a point where you must stop that thing that's going on there right now. You must stop that deportation that is going on. Why? Why? Because this thing is happening because a lot of the people who voted for him, that is what they want. They do not like foreigners. They do not want foreigners in their shores. So it is almost like he's satisfying their inner desires to get rid of foreigners. But he himself knows the impact of the positive impact the foreigners have on the U.S. economy. He himself, he said that he used to be constructing buildings and building all of those things. Who were the main workers working in those things? A lot of the times is Mexican workers and other foreign workers. There's a friend of mine who was working in Alabama, a guy from Guyana. He was looking for a company. They were just building houses, building houses in development areas, and his job was to come. He has his small equipment and everything, and they would level the area, put the sod, and set up the irrigation system. Who would be the ones for the most part working with him? People from Mexico. So this whole thing, Brother Trump, you're trying to do, where you believe that you're going to send people away, it is going to affect your economy more. This whole thing that is going on there, that is like a political ploy. It is like a circus. In the time of the Roman Empire, the Roman leaders didn't want the proletariats to rebel against them. So they keep them engaged in circuses and giving them bread and circus. So all the corruption and all the foolishness that the leaders were doing, the proletariats were dismissing those things because they were being entertained by the bread that they were giving them and the fights that were taking place in the Colosseums. This is the same thing the same technique that they use. This is just bread. This is an entertainment and bread for the masses. That thing has to stop because they cannot continue that country. Brother Trump, you cannot, and America, as you see, they cannot go on without these foreigners who work for next to nothing. And so long the people have been asking for minimum wage in America, and you're only really bringing that to anything that is substantial, and you think that you'll run the whole American agricultural economy where you'll export so many crops to other produce to so many other countries, and you believe that with the workers that you have there, you will be able to do it. Trump know that he cannot do that. I dare them to do that. Go ahead and try to send everybody back and see how fast that country going down. But this thing is just like entertainment and bread for the people to keep them quiet. All these people voted for him, and these people don't really like anybody that is not like them. The other thing, and it is a fundamental problem I have with Christianity. And the thing is, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in it with all my heart. I believe in Elohim. I believe in the creator of heaven and earth. But and I was very deep in church. And everybody know that. But you see that system, that thing that they call church now, it is heavily polluted, and God is not involved in most of them things that they call church. Because when you look at it, the people that are heavily asking for the deportation of the people are people who call themselves evangelical Christians. Christians. And if you read the Bible, it says, when you have strangers in your land, do not treat them badly. Because remember, when you were strangers in the land, the children of Israel were strangers in other lands. So when you have strangers in your land, treat them well. But they never see those things. You see, that's why I have a fundamental problem with Christianity. Because a lot of the Christianity that we accept here are things that they take from America and England and impose on people here. They never really allow the people to really understand the scriptures for themselves. And people are not allowing the Holy Spirit of God to teach them the scriptures and to teach them about life. So they go based on what they hear from people who have racist tendencies and people who are not connected to the Spirit of God at all. And they bring that and think every man's supposed to accept that. And sometimes it is when you mature in God, you realize that you just have to throw all of them things away and deal with God one-on-one. You understand? But that thing Trump is doing there, where he trying to play like he must stop that. He must stop that. If he does not stop, Brother Trump, if you do not stop the deportation of the people that you need more than they need you, these foreigners, if you do not stop that deportation, your country going down to zero. And remember, we have the BRICS waiting to take your position in the world. We have China not too far behind you, and you have the BRIC nation that will really dramatically reduce your US dollar. So be careful what you're doing there, listening to some of these people who do not like other people in the country. Some of these people are people who do not like that. They do not like that thing there, that pigmentation. They do not like that. So Trump, you have to be careful, because I know that Trump is a very smart guy, although people think that he has sense, but that man know what he's doing. He's doing that thing he's starting that thing there, that masquerade, to try to appease some of these people. But he know if you continue with that country going down fast. You know, like certain times when you watch a movie and you see a helicopter get hit, the way it spin and get out of order and go down, that's how that country going down. If they go full throttle with that thing they want to do there to get rid of people, the people that actually do the work that you all don't want to do, the people who actually support your economy, and the thing they're talking about, how the people don't really use your resources, because a lot of the people that are illegals, they don't even want to go to the doctor. You understand? Because they believe that they're not going to be the resources are not available to them. They do not go and use your services for the most part. The way they exaggerate and make it look like the foreigners are there to eat their food. No, most of these people, they don't have a desire to stay there. They just want to go back and build their house where they're from. But I'm telling you something. If you see they continue that thing they're doing there, bam, that's another. Just like the Roman Empire fall, that will be the last stone on the last nail on the coffin. Keep the fire burning.